Hello, everyone. I'm Jodie Harris, the director of the CDFI Fund. It is a pleasure to be here for OFN's 2021 Virtual Annual Conference. I'd like to thank Lisa Mensa, the OFN Board of Directors, and the OFN team for the invitation to greet you all today. I also want to mention that staff from the CDFI Fund will be joining you later in this conference for several virtual office hour sessions. I urge you to take advantage of the opportunity to ask questions and get updates from the CDFI program teams. Since our creation in 1994, the CDFI Fund has provided more than $5.1 billion through a variety of monetary award programs, $66 billion in new markets tax credits, and guaranteed more than $1.8 billion in bonds, all to ensure that the availability of capital and credit in underserved communities continues. Over the course of the fiscal year of 2021, we remained focused on and committed to continuing this mission and have been quite busy providing resources to further the reach and impact of CDFIs, CDEs, and mission-based lenders. This year, we awarded more than $1.4 billion in monetary awards, guaranteed $100 million in bonds, and allocated $5 billion in new markets tax credits. In total, more than $2 billion in resources were awarded to organizations focused on enhancing economic opportunity, fostering economic inclusion, reversing financial disinvestment, and helping communities to overcome the continued economic effects of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. A few select highlights from this year include awarding and dispersing in record time $1.25 billion in CDFI Rapid Response Program grants, launching the inaugural rounds of the Small Dollar Loan Program and Economic Mobility Corps, providing the highest level of capital magnet funds funding ever at $175 million, and then opening another capital magnet fund round that makes available more than double that amount at $380 million, and awarding $5 billion in new markets tax credits. This is the first allocation we have made under the increased allocation authority for the program. It's only October 21, and we are not done yet. Before the calendar year is out, we will have opened the fiscal 21 round of the Bank Enterprise Award Program, calendar year round of the New Markets Tax Credit Program, and announced the fiscal 21 Financial Assistance Award recipients. We have accomplished so much this year, but we still have a lot to do. With that said, the CDFI Fund is not the only organization that has a busy year. The CDFI community continues to grow and deepen its impact. First, the CDFI network and community has expanded. As of the end of September, there are now more than 1,270 certified CDFIs with a total of excess $150 billion in assets. And over 73% of the financial activity took place in target markets. The growing CDFI network means that outlets to access capital and credit become more and more available for those that have typically been ignored by the traditional financial mainstream. Next, the CDFI continues to deepen its impact it has in distressed and underserved communities. This year, financial assistance recipients indicated that they originated more than $38.7 billion in loans and investments. This equates to the financing of more than 124,000 businesses and nearly 50,000 units of affordable housing. Now compare that to the $3.6 billion of lending activity reported in 2016. CDFI program and NACA program FA recipients have significantly grown their lending activity by roughly 975% over 5 years. Now that is real impact. And next year, when we can begin tallying the results of the Emergency Capital Investment Program, the Rapid Response Program, and the remaining $1.75 billion in COVID recovery funds, even more impressive results will come. I'd also like to highlight some work that the CDFI Fund is doing internally on an organizational basis. We have restructured our Office of Certification, Compliance, Monitoring, and Evaluation. We've done this to better optimize workflow and the management of needs between the CDFI Fund certification activities and the award compliance functions. We also have a number of staff serving as acting program managers as we work to fill some permanent positions, bring on staffing for our stimulus funding, as well as find new managers for the Office of Financial and Strategy Research, Capital Magnet Fund, and the CDFI program. So you'll see some new faces and titles coming to the CDFI Fund. And with the CDFI Fund office hours coming later up in the conference, our staff will have an opportunity to provide even more detailed updates and answer any specific questions you may have. As I've said throughout this year, we are in the midst of a watershed moment for CDFIs and the CDFI Fund. Among policymakers, philanthropic, and financial institutions, CDFIs and the CDFI Fund have taken on a higher level of significance, arguably more than any other time since the CDFI Fund's creation more than 25 years ago. This has spurred historic levels of capital investment into CDFIs from public and private sources and introduced new investment partners to the industry. But as you know, with increased funding and a growing network, much more is and will be asked of CDFIs and the CDFI Fund to facilitate more economic opportunity, to foment increased equality and equity, to generate increased impact in areas that have long existed on the margins of the financial services system. More will be asked from a compliance, transparency, and data collection standpoint. But as always, I am truly confident that the CDFI network and the CDFI Fund is up to the challenge. Thank you again for the opportunity to update you on the CDFI Fund activities. May you all enjoy the rest of the 2021 OFN Virtual Annual Conference.